Victorian house that I'm doing a little bit of restoration on the ceilings, and I just wanted to point out what some of these things look like as I'm chipping away. Over here I have paint that was put on the wall on top of a very nice plaster finish that is color incorporated, and apparently it was cheaper to add color to your final layer of plaster back in the early part of the 1900s instead of painting. And when the first layer of paint went on, I don't know when it was, but apparently primer was not very popular because none of the paint really sticks to the wall very well. And even though there's been layers of paint put on since then, it's kind of like building a house on a sand foundation. It's never gonna stay. So what we end up with is 20 or 30 layers of paint. The only thing that's holding it together is itself. And in another room, I managed to get about 75% of the old paint off of the wall, and it looked amazing. And if it were my house, I would have left it, but there's nothing happening there. So, just wanted to show you that. 20 layers of paint off on our wall, exposing the crack underneath all those layers. And when I do patches like this, I know a lot of people will find a crack. A lot of tapers, they'll find a seam. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a crack in the paint right here. And what they'll do is take mesh tape, put it right on top, float it out. Looks great until about 6 months down the road when the next season comes along and the moisture in the ground changes and it causes the ground underneath the house to either expand or contract and the cracks come back. What I prefer to do is get to the crack, get inside it, expose it all the way down to the sanded part of the plaster. And underneath the top layer of plaster, there's several layers of sanded plaster. And if I get to the crack, like this, and if I make a mixture of polyvinyl acetate, which is used as a primer, but if I dilute it and spray it in here, then it tends to go into the crack and seep its way into the sand and seal it all up so that it doesn't continue to crack in the same spot.